Welcome back to another episode of Find the Line, presented by Against the Grain Design and Print, where we dive into real stories with real racers, the successes, the hardships, and everything in between, with your co-hosts Logan Cipala and Joe Falde. Produced by Luke Cipala, it all starts right here, right now, on Find the Line.
And we can do anything. Mama said it's true, and I put that on everything. Mama told me one day I'ma blow up big and I'ma be a king. And my papa told me it's okay to sit where shit hurts. Don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get you through this.
Woo! Welcome back to Find the Line. Well, this week, pretty freaking epic. As we all know, I absolutely love the sport of hill climb, but for many reasons. One of them is in this sport, you can have absolute heroes and idols. And if you race long enough, you might just get to call some of them friends. This week's that. A man I first got to see dominate the Great American. I believe he swept. We're running with it that he swept. I just saw him grab all the big trophies, all the big stacks of cash. A man that I'm pretty sure, I mean, you can check me on at ChatGPT, but I bet you he has the highest summit percentage in all the years of the Widowmaker. This man, you know how fast he is? He's got a laundry list of nicknames. It was Repeat, then it was Three-Peat. We even go back to Sweetie Petey, or you might know him, Jamie Deere, as the Moneymaker I got to see when he was Big Mustache. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 220, Petey Krunich. How's it going, Petey?
Doing great, man. Just living the dream, chilling out here in Tracy.
Woo! Those nicknames. That was, I think. Can we bring back Sweetie Petey?
Sure. I mean,
Which one, Sweetie Petey or the Moneymaker? What do you prefer?
Sweetie Petey for sure. You know, Moneymaker's kind of, you know, I'm not a big heavy money guy, so.
No, it's Big Mustache, Logan. Just wash your mouth out. It's Big Mustache from here on out. That's the only way.
That's the way to go.
That's the only way he's turning his head. It's Big Mustache.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you know, in a few countries now.
Oh, for sure. We got to learn how to say that in French, Petey. You probably already know.
I know, right? Big mustache. It's got their little slang behind it, you know?
I love it. We said in the intro, I mean, dude, you're an absolute hero of mine. And when I first got to go along with Cipala's and watch professional hill climb at the Apex, when I first got to see it, you were the man. I mean, you really had no equal at the time. I mean, everybody was running for second. It was so impressive watching you. Your talents are so amazing on rough, really tech trick hills, and Great American was that back in the day, it still is. And I so regret that I didn't get to see you at the Widowmaker. It's just a big miss on my part. But before we kind of get to there, there's a lot of people that, you know, are new to hill climb and motoclimb and might not kind of know you and your background. And you're in Tracy, California, Petey, is that right?
Yep, Tracy, California. Grew up kind of central in the Bay Area from Hayward.
Okay.
So a little closer to the water. And scooted out closer to Carnegie. Got a little closer to my second home, you know.
Nice,
so I grew up riding there. And that's probably why I was good at riding all the technical stuff. Carnegie's kind of like, I mean, they made bricks there, so summertime it was pretty miserable riding, but it made you pretty talented, I guess.
Oh, it's been a farm Carnegie has for really talented riders, and it's not let off. I mean, we're still seeing really young, talented riders come out of Carnegie. That's just awesome to see. But originally Hayward, California, so you were closer to Ocean Bay Area when you kind of grew up. I remember that when you said that. I remember that being announced, Hayward, California.
Yeah, it was closer to San Francisco a little bit, so it was it was a little more city, you know. We got out of there and got a little closer to where we ride and go jet skiing and stuff during the summer and stuff like that too. So it was a little closer for us, you know, and a little cheaper and more spread out.
Nice. And for us, we know your dad is also an equal, just an absolutely ultra talented rider, an absolute legend in the sport. And when you were young, was your dad riding then? When you were just a little Grom, was he already riding,
Ye
or
Oh, yeah.
when
Yeah.
did bikes kind of enter your life?
So I started God, I mean, he was riding before I was born, so, like, I mean, take it way back. He was riding as a kid, street bikes and little pit bikes and kinda just some junk and stuff like that, but, I think he ended up later after he had me right, maybe riding before I think he had me, he was riding the XR200 and, found a couple cool guys at Carnegie and started tagging along with them, and, one guy, Pat Lively, he had that's his legit name. He
That is
had
a
a
legit name.
CR500 and,
Oh.
my dad was like, "Oh, I gotta get one of these, dude," like, went and bought one,
So
and,
from an XR200 to a
yeah,
CR500,
dude, I was like, "Oh god,"
just a bit
like,
of a jump.
yeah, he's telling me about this, I'm like, "Man, you're an animal," but, yeah,
That's
I think he
awesome.
said he paid, like, $1,500 for it brand new. I'm like, "Dude,
Damn.
let's bring back the cheap bikes,"
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
that'd be all right.
right?
Uh,
But yeah,
yeah,
that
he must have been pretty happy with the power delivery going from the 200 to the 500. I gotta think that was an exciting day.
yeah, I think it, taught him a little bit. He probably replaced a couple fenders, I think.
Yeah.
But
Well, back in the day, just to start one of those old Airhammer 500s, you had to be a man just to get one going.
oh, I know. I'm like, "Dude, you probably got stuck in so many little canyons and stuff with all these dudes, they probably just left him." "Figure it out, bro."
Uh, so you didn't really have a choice then when you got old enough to swing a leg over one, your dad was getting you out there then.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It was, God, I think I started riding I was on the front of his bike at, like, 2, just cruising around, going actually out of the Carnegie, mobbing around on trails. I remember falling over, like, a few times up in the bushes and stuff and just, like I mean, like, clear as day, I remember that stuff, but then
That's
I think
cool.
I was 4, I got my own little, KTM 50, started riding
Nice.
around, and, I mean, that was when they were, like, air-cooled, regular goofy forks that were, like, springs with some grease packed in there, and, like, they were junk, but, man, I rode that for a few years, and then he got me, like, a God, I don't even know, it was like a RM50, and it had, like, a 5-speed with a clutch. Got to
Oh
hammer that
yeah.
thing for a while, so I learned the clutch on that because it had no power, so you just had to beat on it. And,
Yep.
that I think I started hill climbing on a 50, actually, like, my brother just sent me a couple cool pictures of me on a 50, I'm upside down, cartwheeling down the hill, he's like,
Oh,
"Fall
sick.
pretty graceful."
That's
Very
awesome.
yeah, so,
Yeah,
yeah, I pretty much
awesome.
started around 4 and, started doing hill climbs right away. I think my dad was already kinda doing some hill climbs too before I
Okay.
even started out at Carnegie, and,
Who was
I mean,
promoting them there
Skip.
back then?
So that
He
was
was doing
Skip
it
and
then
George,
too?
yeah, and that
Oh,
was,
yeah, his dad, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Or
yeah, so
yep,
he actually just recently passed away,
oh,
right, early January, so,
okay.
rest in peace, old Skipper,
Yeah,
you know?
oh,
yeah.
dang
So,
it, bummer.
he put on a bunch of good ones and started it off. We got to meet a lot of cool people with that dude, so,
They must
eh
have promoted a ton of hill climbs over a long period of time between
dude,
Skip and
they
George, huh?
yeah, they did. They used to do them all over the whole face of Carnegie too. It was like and they
Yeah,
did them at, like, Donner Ski Ranch. They did them in
okay.
Hollister, down in, like, a couple other little places. We had one year, we got to go to Hollister National or the Hollister Blotto Park. It's, another park in California, and they had a 8th mile drag strip. So, like, legit paved drag strip. They were running cars down there, and, a lot of the guys were like, "Hey, let's bring our hill climbers down there." So they started running, like, 600s and stuff down the drag strip, and they were smoking cars and doing all ki I mean, dude, these dudes are putting street tires on them and just ripping them down the
Oh,
drag strip.
man.
It was,
That's
I
pretty
think it was,
cool.
like, 4th of July, so it was pretty wild.
Mhm.
That's what I was wondering too. Like growing up, like around Carnegie, it must have been almost impossible at that time to not know about hill climbing if you were riding at Carnegie, right? Like it
Yeah,
was very present.
for sure. I think he did, like, probably 4 years, so it was
Nice.
you did them in the spring and in fall, and it was always epic.
That Logan finally pointed out the last time we were there to me. People have talked about it, but we found the Harrison Hill, that
Oh,
face,
yeah.
and it's like, oh man, so
Dude.
bummed that we don't get to run that. That hill just looks so freaking awesome over there.
Yeah, it's like the creek is in the way, so the state cries about it. You know,
God,
Mhm.
dang it.
you go
Did you
splash
get
in
to
a
race
puddle.
it?
Yeah, I got to run up
Yeah.
it. God, I was like 14 one year on my
Yeah,
dad's
I figured
500,
you'd be young.
and
Yeah.
I think I got like a seventh. I got paid.
Wow.
I
Nice.
was like,
Nice. That's
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
awesome.
I got paid there once, and then I got to run it again on my 5, and I think I rode my Bandit on it too, actually.
Cool.
But
It looked
Nice.
really fun. I mean,
it was cool.
I wish that they could do more of the face at Carnegie there, because where we run now, it's getting overdone a little bit. Like it needs
Yeah.
to be moved. And where we're at, like we get so much water, and the
Mhm.
hills change so much. We're there, it just never changed. Like once there's a rut put in there, I don't think it ever leaves. It just stays there.
Yeah, it sucks. Actually, Matt had us out there a few weeks back. He got a bunch of volunteers together, and we went up on the hill with picks and shovels and kind of knocked down some of the gnarly ruts. I mean, like, I've
Oh,
got a few
cool.
good get-offs up top over a little sketchy hump, so we
Yeah,
went
Oh
up there
yeah.
and tried to, like, knock down any sketchy kickers and stuff like that, and
Nice.
was
that's
up there.
awesome.
Me and, like, Joseph Falde was up there, a few other people, and it was, like, Adam went too, helped out. It
Cool.
was pretty sick, man. Trying to get
Yeah,
it not so sketchy.
I
Mhm.
appreciate that, because that top is gnarly, and like you
Yeah.
guys are going so fast, and I've never even went over the top as fast as you guys are. But the few times where I've been carrying speed, I'm like, just pray to God that I don't do that whoop whoop right over the
Yeah,
top and just end up like leaving the bike, because it's just
dude.
rut all over. It's just
It
gnarly.
happens so often too. It's pretty brutal, and we're I think trying to like
Mhm.
maybe turn them a little early or like right before you get to the lights. Maybe make a little chicane. It's a little hard though
Right.
in some of those spots because it's steep right there. So you start to skate, and it's like everybody's falling over right there. All of a sudden, you take an hour and a half to get through. One
Yeah.
round. You're like, oh shoot, like
Yep.
I got sketchy up top last spring, so I'll appreciate any kickers being knocked down.
yeah.
It was
I
pretty.
put in some sweat.
Yeah. Good. Good.
Yeah. It's one
Yeah.
thing, like, when they develop during the day and you can kinda do it, but when they're there when you start, it's something different for me. Like, I don't know, it's just like
Yeah.
it's like I can't stop thinking about them. It's always hard.
Yeah, they're pretty hard too, cause like, I mean, if it rains on them, dude, they turn into little bricks, and you just
Yeah.
Mhm.
like, I mean, some of them are rocks too. They'll be ugly little boulders hanging out. You just
Right.
catch one funky. Yeah.
Yep. Back to when you were younger, Petey, and I didn't know you had a brother, and I mean, I've always just known
Yeah.
you and your dad. Like I've just always, and I think when I first saw you, it was really late in your career, obviously. But when you were little, was there more than just you and your dad riding? Was your brother involved, or do you have any other siblings that were into it, or
Yeah, I
how'd that
have,
go?
my brother one brother, he's a year older than me. He was, racing with me up till probably 80s or something like that, and
Okay,
then he kinda just fell out of it, didn't really care to do it too much
okay,
and he probably I mean, he does really good too. He smashed, but, he just didn't really care for, like, competing so much?
sure,
But,
yeah,
I mean, I like it. Sorry,
right. No,
buddy, I'll take it.
no, I think I think that speaks a lot about your dad too. That it's like, hey, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's like I love that you just don't force somebody into it. It's like if it's
Yeah,
a passion, it's a passion, right? So
it's hard
that's
to push
cool.
people into things, and I have another brother, he lives in Tennessee, and a sister, she lives up kind of the foothills of the Sierras, and,
Oh, nice.
yeah, my brother in Tennessee, he rides too. He raced a little bit also, and,
Okay,
he, like, would jump in and race like my dad's 5 and stuff like that. He's older. He's probably
okay,
4 years older than me or something, 5 years older.
okay. Cool. Did your sister ever ride or race?
She cruised around a little bit, but no, she
Yep.
never raced.
Okay. Yep. No. Well,
Yeah, she wasn't
not
into it.
everybody has Bobby Cipala in their life, and just makes it look simple
Right.
for all other girls, right? So I get
I know.
it.
How about did your mom race and ride a little bit or not at all? I was trying to
She
remember
would,
that.
just help at the hill like, at the skip
Okay.
hill climbs. She would do, like, a lot of entries and stuff like that.
Mhm.
She was always up at the
Oh,
front,
awesome.
collecting fees and signing people up and doing work. So
That's
We
awesome.
gotta talk about is you had a cousin, right, that, like,
yeah,
showed up to some Rockwell races for a while and freaking ripped too.
yeah,
He just
he would
came
do
out of
super good.
nowhere and was,
Yeah.
like,
It was,
top 5, top 10, or even
yeah,
better.
yep, it was him, Garrett Duarte.
Yep, yep.
He would do really good. He would come out and, he kind of fell off. They moved to, North Carolina or,
Okay.
somewhere or no, Alabama, excuse me. I believe they
Yeah.
moved out there. But yeah, he just kind of fell out of it too. He did really good. He would come out.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
remember. I think it was Widowmaker was the first time I remember seeing him, but he showed up and just like came out of nowhere and killed it for the
you're
weekend. It
like,
was crazy.
what the heck?
Yeah,
Yep,
Then
yep.
you find out
Goofy
he's
little
drinking that
cousin.
Krunich tap water, and then you
yep,
understand, right?
I
That's
yep.
know
how that goes.
he got all the little tech tips too.
It probably
Everything.
helps having you and Pete in his corner.
Yeah, that, I mean, I was super fortunate having him because he raced, he did a lot of hare scrambles and he did a lot of,
Hmm.
just like, anything he could do on a dirt bike, really, he would just go do it. They did like a trash mountain race, couple of long ones and stuff.
Hmm.
But, he had a lot of cool things that I didn't have to find out by, error. Like it was
Yep.
like, hey, don't do that. That's not gonna work. All right, cool. Save me a ton of money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, for
So,
sure.
yeah, having that in your corner, man, oh my god, that helps, like, you just bypass a ton of things, even with just riding around, he's yelling at you, like, "Stand up, what are you doing, square, get your arms up, oh my god, your levers are in the wrong spot," You're like,
Yep.
"Thanks, old
That
man."
stuff's that stuff's huge though, Petey. I mean, that's
Yeah,
just that
Hmm.
just builds so fast, and when you have somebody giving you proper technique and just somebody to that's there for your best interest, like that makes such big differences. That's awesome.
yeah, it's huge, man, like, he just he would always I mean, he did all the things wrong, already, so it was like,
Right.
"Hey, man, if you do it like this, you're already, like, 50% ahead of everybody else. Now you just gotta go and put in some grind and ride
Right.
more than everybody," and, I mean, I think when I was doing my best, I'd had, like, a job, I lived at home, and I was making good money, and I was just riding, like and my boss was cool, he was like, "Yeah, go ahead, sure." Yeah,
Nice.
yep, he'd
Yeah.
sponsor me to go to races too. He was just
Oh,
like, "Help me
nice.
out, like, kick you down a little money," so it was, like,
Oh,
really
sick.
super, supportive having, people like that. It kinda makes it possible to actually go and do really good.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, I mean, you live in California and everything's fucking 10 times as expensive there, so you need a little
Yeah,
help, right?
yeah,
So it's not easy.
dude, it's ridiculous.
uh, when you were, growing up, then I don't know, I'm not a historian or whatever, but like skips they were promoting, but was Naha dipping in and putting races on in Carnegie at this time as well? Or how did
Yep,
that kind of go?
they would come in and Skip would put on the event, and, they would
Okay.
just kinda, be a part of it or whatever, you would have them as the whole series would come in and race, so it's kind of a guarantee for Skip, if he did one of
Right.
their events, and he would run amateur days right alongside it too, so
Okay. Was
he
it
was
a
good
big
about
deal?
having
Was
what's
it a
that?
big deal when Naha came in? That's when you got to see the big dogs come roll in?
Oh,
Was that
yeah,
kind of a
always.
highlight?
It was cool because 'cause you'd get, like, Travis Whitlock and the Petersons and the Smiths, and it was like I mean, the beers would come out, and, I mean, like, a lot of people we even ride with now probably don't even hear about a lot of those names,
Hmm.
like the Smiths and stuff, they were, like, factory almost the way their bikes looked. It was their rigs,
Right.
everything. They had, like, Jeff Thomas came out with them a lot. That was always sick
Yeah.
because you get to see his bikes. And those I think when, like, Jeff Thomas and Dave Watson came out, I think it blew everybody's mind because they were like, "Holy shit. Like, we have
Yeah.
built some better equipment." Yeah. I think that
That's
that
horsepower.
yeah, that was and it was like, "Whoa," like, those dudes weren't even having to really ride, like, wide open, they could just go straight for a little bit, and it was like, "Alright, yeah, he's way just
Hmm.
once."
Yeah.
I know there was a truck full of a bunch of Midwestern rednecks at one point that went out there too
Yep,
for a couple of the
yep,
Naha ones. I don't know.
come out.
I'd be curious to know. Do you guys remember when they first, like when my dad and Mike Bronk and all those guys came out for the first time or not?
I don't remember if I remember, like, at Carnegie for the first time, but I always
Yeah.
remember, racing, like, with your dad at,
Yeah.
Great American and stuff,
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
like, in the championship class with him, and, like, dude, he was flying. That was the best. No
My
front fender, just
Yeah.
getting after it.
So I've got a great story about no front fenders and Harrison Hill and Carnegie. They went out. It's like back in the day, it was a big deal to not run front brakes on hill climb bikes in the Midwest. I don't know why, but they
Less
went out
drag,
and
man.
yeah, Troy Sherwood raced at Harrison Hill. I don't know if this would have been '03 or '08, but one of the two, and crashed. And like they said that like all my dad's buddies were sitting there watching him drag his bike down the hill with no front front brake, and he said he fell over like 6 times. So he eventually just left it on its side and started pulling it by the front wheel pusher, sliding it down the hill.
You can just leave it. I'm done.
Oh God.
That's
They
impossible.
said it was
Like,
just hilarious.
can you imagine that thing was probably not light? You know, it
No,
was.
it was a GSXR or Bandit
Oh
based
yeah,
engine. So
and then no
it was
front brake. Let's go.
yeah, no front brake coming down Harrison Hill.
And Harrison's steep. When you get over
Yeah.
and you actually get on it, it's like, holy crap, dude! This thing's vertical the whole way almost.
Mhm.
Like it's crazy how far the sand would slide down the hill after a run. Like you'd watch
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
go, and it would just this huge slough would just cruise down. And you're like,
Yeah.
I gotta go like right through that.
Wow.
I remember my
But
dad saying over and over how steep that one was.
it's steep, and the whole way, right as you get to the top, there was like these like big outcropping kind of ledges. They weren't like
Mhm.
vertical or hard, but it was just enough to slow you down, you know? So it was like
Yeah.
you really had to weave in and out of them, almost like not touch any. Or
Mhm.
hopefully your setup was just long enough and you could just power down and get through there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
That's
a
cool.
Peterson bike would go through there good, you know?
Yeah. That's awesome. When did you guys you're coming up and you're starting to race some 500s and stuff like that? And was it right away? Were you guys doing some traveling, or was it when you got older that you guys started venturing away from Carnegie? Obviously, you said Hollister and a couple other, but like going out of state. When did that kind
When
of
I was
come up?
actually we were going to Great American when gosh, I want to say I was either on a 50 or 60. I think the first
Oh
time I ever went
wow,
there. So it was like I was a
damn,
young and I
cool.
mean we started going there like consistent every single year. Just go back and back and back.
Sick.
Widowmaker, we went to every single one of those. Um,
Wow,
pretty much all the Big Sky Challenge, went to all of those. You know, it
Mhm.
was
nice. That's
yeah, it was fun. And we got to
that's
meet a ton of cool people. That's where actually my bandit, Davey Johnson, that's how we met him was through Great American and everything like that. So
cool.
yeah, those were going to that place was the starter.
Oh, that's
It was,
awesome. Did he
it
build
was
the
pretty.
Bandit?
Yeah, he built my bandit. He built my dad's bandit. Actually, it was Dave Johnson's bike, and my dad had like it was like a Ninja 900, and it was didn't have a lot of power, you know, but it would do okay. And
Yeah.
he sold that and bought a bandit from Dave Johnson. He was like, "Oh, dude, you got to get one of these. Like, this thing's the way to go." He was looking at a KZ 1428, but he rode it around. And he didn't like the engine brake. So he was like,
Okay.
"Oh, I think I'm gonna go with the bandit." I was like, "Dude, get the one with 200 horsepower. What are you thinking? You know what I mean? Like, come on. No, no, no. Where
Yeah,
the
Davey built my 990. That was I'm like the fourth owner of it, but he was the original
dude,
buyer
yeah,
of
he
that.
built
So
some
that guy,
awesome stuff. A ton of his
that's
bikes are
cool.
still running around too. It's kind of
Mhm.
cool.
That's pretty cool. That's really
Yeah,
cool. How
yeah.
One
many has a Bandit won every race there's ever been? I mean, dear God, that platform is just it wins everywhere, doesn't it? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, they work good, and it's crazy because they only make like 90 horsepower, 98 horsepower stock. You know, they I think they're like 80 foot-pounds of torque or something too.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
it's
Uh, the
like a
the
Harley, a little bit more RPM.
Yeah.
I'm not a street bike guy, so I really never really know. I just know them as dirt bikes. But the one day I was going in to get a bag of cheese curds at the creamery, and I walked up, and there's this super inconspicuous like sport touring bike, and I look over, I'm like, "That's a freaking Bandit!" I was like, "Oh my god, it's like a total like grandpa like bike, like so
Mhm.
inconspicuous the platform that it came from." I'm like, I wanted to tell the guy, I'm like, literally, that motor has won everything. Like, it's so
Yeah.
crazy how that for some reason that platform just works so well. You know, it's just
It does.
wild.
It works really good. It's heavy, but I think it was low weight, you know, so everything was kind of just right in the front, really. It ran through bumps good. It was a little wide, so it was kind of like funky when you try and steer them. It felt like it pushed the front end pretty hard, but
Yeah.
I mean, for like Widowmaker style stuff, you're not really jumping and turning. So it was just like stay on the gas and go, and you could just clutch it, and the clutch was good. So we never really I hot rodded one up and it ran really good, but it was like it almost was better with a stock one because you could just
Mm.
like pretty much peg it and just beat the shit out of it. Like
Mhm.
I think I'd run like $300-$400 motors. Like, dude, they were
We
pretty cool.
that the one I had was Fast Eddie Taylor's, and I bought it from Logan. And I just not comfortable. Like I can't. I
No.
could never get comfortable on it, and I hated
Yep.
like when you're in the air and you'd hit it and like the motor would like gyro you, or whatever. And I don't. I just could not get used to that whatsoever. I never was comfortable. And then when I got on a twin, it was just. I think you have to be so aggressive on the Bandit. I just couldn't ride that aggressive. I just don't have it in me. But the twin,
Yeah.
you can get into it when you want to a little easier or whatever. But everybody's
Yeah.
got
They
their thing, right? That's
they
why
don't
in
jump
the
very good. Them bandits don't jump good. It's they just you pretty much oil pan every jump or every landing. You're just like, I just blew my knees out again on the valve covers.
the one that
Dude.
Logan and I had, the only time it was happy was when it was completely sideways in the air. You could see that bike smile. I saw Logan. I almost saw his front fender or his front number plate. He was so sideways going over the top of Kewaskum. I was like, still don't know
Yep.
how he's alive from that one. That was
You're like,
amazing.
please don't die.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It was a tough bike to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
But
weren't super comfy.
Mm-mm.
but they win a lot and they worked. They had their time, right? So it's
Yeah.
cool. That was there wasn't 1190, 1290, 1390, 890s out there when those things were winning, right? So it was a
Yep.
little different field. They're competing against Todd's Harley. That's what you're
Right.
competing against, right? So it's a
Well,
little
and
different.
once you've seen the 890s, 1290s, and all those other ones come out, it was like, oh, dude, you got to build something different. Because I think it was like the Cardwells were like one of the first ones to really start having them, and they always worked really good, And
Right. Yeah.
the big brother Sean Cardwell, he would smash on the open bikes, dude. He
God,
would just
yeah.
fly. So it was like, all right,
Yeah.
I need to build a better bike.
Still so bummed Sean had to retire early from his knee or whatever. I think about his championship runoff run at the Big Sky so many times. That one where you guys, you weren't there, PD, but you had to basically transfer up that chute from the right to the
Sick.
left, and everybody was doing it on the 450, and they're like, "Oh, it's going to be a 450 hill," and then Sean's like, "Nope, 21-inch paddle, I'll transfer that," and it was just,
Mhm.
it was so freaking epic. I mean, that was a man's ride. Like Sean just hucked that sucker on the top and won it, and it was
Oh
like,
yeah,
all right, now I see what an open bike can do. That's pretty sick.
It was cool
right.
as hell watching him ride that bike.
Dude, he was awesome on them. It was fun to watch
Mhm.
him. There was a lot of dudes that were pretty fun to watch back. Like when I was first getting started, I mean, it was obvious like Harold Waddell and all them were the ones. Like, let's just go watch that guy, pay attention what he's doing. But
Oh yeah. Oh.
yeah, it's
Like when
like
you first started racing, like even Great American, and there's like 120 bikes in the little class and 70 to 90 in the big one. Like how
right,
many people do you think were capable of winning any of those classes? Like it was
right.
deep for
It
a long
was, it
time.
was. I mean, the top like 30 dudes, like legit top 30, would any day could be top 5. It was
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. It was, and then I mean, you had your regulars. You had like Travis and Dusty and stuff like
Mhm.
that. But I mean, it was definitely like they had like their 10 dudes that would go to France and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. Like kind of a
Yeah.
fun time, and then like I just kind of missed like that part of it. I was like just too young for it. I was riding like a
Mhm.
250 in like the 600 class and stuff, like
Yeah.
doing little kind of fun stuff, just learning. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was sick.
When I've heard stories from the people talking about it, and then when you read the old lists, like Logan was saying, and you're looking and you read through the top 20 names, and it's like, damn, like it's like Legends
Yeah,
Club.
yeah.
Like it was, and they were people that were 100% invested in putting their absolute best ride together every time. And it's like that just
Right.
builds such a tough crowd when you're all in, like you said, the Smiths and Petersons and Whitlocks and all these people were just everybody was trying to outdo everybody.
Yeah.
It was really something. It was pretty freaking cool.
It
I
was
feel like it's kind of coming back, but
Yeah.
hopefully.
yeah. It was cool. Like last year I found that photo of the entry or the qualifying list on my first Naha race ever, and it was insane to look at the all the big dudes in it then. It was just like, holy shit.
Like this is not. This
Yeah.
ain't what I was thinking it was.
I'm like, and I just showed up all alone, not knowing what the hell was going on.
Yeah,
It's
that's
crazy.
sick though. It's a good way to start, right? Good beginner's
Yeah, it
class
was
for you,
yeah, it was crazy. just walking, like you said, and we're saying, just to be able to show up to a race and race against all those legends and all to see all their haulers and the bikes and everything is
Yeah,
crazy.
it was cool. Like, I didn't have a lot of nice stuff at all. Like we used to show up in like a 73 or something, old Dodge motorhome with a little open trailer that my dad made a tarp cover for, dude. It
Oh
was
yeah.
getting us there, but it like didn't get us home every time either, but
Hmm.
that's all right.
Mm.
It was another
But
memory, you know.
you were putting 100% of the effort that you could towards it, right? Like
Oh yeah.
that's what I was getting at is like, I think now there's as many people that have a lot of talent, right? Like you watch and like in California, like with Mark and Monty and Joseph, and there's all these people that aren't there all the time, but when they come, they're super talented and they have it. But they've also had a lifetime of learning how to ride. Where like when we were talking, even you, where I'm you're, 15, 20 years your senior, you had very limited resources as a youth to get good, right? Where
Yeah.
now this generation of riders like John Wolfson, he's had unbelievable equipment since day or not like not saying like that the cherry picked. It's just the opportunity to have
Yeah.
good equipment and learn, and they have the internet that they can watch how they're doing things right or how they're doing things wrong. Where back in
Oh
the
hell
day,
yeah.
if you didn't have Pete Krunich there telling you how to do it, it was going to take you the next 10 years to figure that out. It was like now all the information you can see and learn so quick. And that's what's
Oh
been
yeah.
kind of fun to watch how the talent has pumped up. It's been pretty cool to watch that. And I think it's cool, like the sport, like you take uh people that dabble in and watch that, like obviously the really famous writers like Josh Hill and whatnot. It's like they have fun. You can see their
Yep.
talents like come right over so quick. But then, Alexa's fiance, he's a desert rider, and he came in and you could tell like he had a little interest, but now that guy is just figuring it out. And it's so cool to see this next generation of talented riders picking it up. It's super fun.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
is pretty cool.
I'm gonna be the old man that walks uphill to school both ways, but the first time I ever had a bike set up with any suspension, any bike ever, was when Junior Jackson got me my first 450 in 2013. So I've been racing dirt bikes for 15 years before I got a bike ever with any suspension set up at
Yep.
all.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
like holy shit. And now there's people that won't even touch a bike without getting
It's gotta
suspension
be
set up. And I'm now
A
one of
kit.
them too. But
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's crazy when you do actually get something set up right, and you go and ride
mhm,
it. It's like mind blowing how much more comfortable you are, and like
yeah.
the confidence level just skyrockets. You're like,
That
I can do anything on this
exactly.
thing.
That's like what we were
Ridiculous.
talking about at that first race at Sturgis. I had my 500 with no suspension. I had my 450 with juniors on it, and I
Yeah.
could just plow into these walls and accelerate through the step down in the valleys. And like my 500, I'm like dragging frame. I'm
Yeah.
like, now I get it.
You're like, oh, I had to put a fender on my 500. Yeah.
That
It
too.
fucked me over the
Yep.
bars. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. Just like, and even just a little bit of suspension, like doing
Yeah.
springs and doing some valving, like go on Racetech's website and learn how to do it yourself. You can throw a little gold valve kit in there and it'll work pretty damn good. Like they'll tell you
Hmm.
what spring to put in it. They'll show you the whole valving kit, pick whatever you want. Like that's kind of how we do it. I just figure
Yeah.
out, oh, that didn't work, tear it apart, and start figuring out what does what and keep
That's
tinkering.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's on Race Tech, PD.
Yeah, Race Tech. Their website's pretty damn cool. It's a little bit confusing. You got to do some reading because no, it's not really a lot of pictures, but
Yeah. Uh,
it's dig through and you can find some pretty cool stuff for your bike. And like all of a sudden, your bike's working really good. And you're like, what the
yeah.
hell, dude? Like for a couple $100.
That's awesome. I
Mhm.
think like for me, like things I can't do, I appreciate, right? And the things that I've noticed, like getting to know you, Logan, all the other people, like top level guys, is like when I'm around you and we got to spend a lot of time together, like you're not just riding them, you're figuring out how they work, how they could work better, how they're working bad. Like when you were dealing with the fuel in your methanol bike, like how it was months. You're diving in, and I think like that is so freaking important. Where maybe you take like a moto kid or a moto where they're just training, riding, not worrying as much about it. But in hill climb, like there's so many setups that you can have, and everybody's
Yes.
different. Obviously, open class, everybody has a different package, right? But I
Yep.
think it's so important that you have to know how things function, how they work, how they don't work, how they work good. And I think that there's people that ride their entire career and never have a good setup because they just don't know, right? And
Yep.
and I think like that's where I've struggled is I'm not a builder, I'm not a mechanic. I try to do what I can, but
Yeah.
everybody's different, and that's what's so cool about our sport is there's not one package, right?
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't have to be, and that your package is completely different than Logan's, and you're completely different sizes, everything. But you
Yeah.
guys have figured it out what works for you, and when you put them together, you come down to the fucking thousandth on who wins, right? I mean, that's just cool as hell that you can take two completely different things and come to the same exact point, right? I just love that shit.
Definitely.
That's
Right.
cool.
It's nuts when you got like, like I'll have the KTM, you got a Buell, yours will have
Mhm.
studs in it, it'll have chains on it, and we'll be within, tenths. And
Yeah.
you're like, dude, you look at drag racing and stuff like that. They're trying to find all these little tiny fine-tuned things, but they're struggling because it's like they have to fine-tune the car perfect where the strip's already, it's gonna be the same pretty much every time. They gotta really focus in on it. We're like,
Mhm.
man, the hill's totally different now, and my setup doesn't work anymore.
Right.
It worked the last run, but now my bike's too long, or
Yep.
whatever. It's like, or sometimes your first run's just totally wasted because your setup was totally wrong.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
When and
oops.
like maybe it's just me, but like when you think about when you're riding, and some people, it's always the next ride is going to be their best ride or whatever. But like for you, PD, like when you look at your experience, right? Like, is there a feeling that you're chasing? Like, are you trying to get back to like I like my old 500 when it was this, I had this feeling, or is there like a feeling and a stance that you're always kind of chasing for your bikes, or how does that, is everyone different? I mean, is there something you're always going after?
I think, like, I mean, you can get your setup pretty close, but there is always, like, it's always kind of being improved as much as you can, whether it's just like a new tire came out, try that, and wow, that works way better than my other one. What
Yep.
the hell? And I'm really guilty of staying stuck in my own ways of like, I'm running an M5B because I've ran it forever,
Right.
and then I
Mhm.
put a MX-14 on my 250, and I was like, shit, that worked pretty good. Like, damn it.
Damn it.
Unfortunately, that's the
I've been
truth.
struggling.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's stupid things like that, and like sometimes you can even get in your own way of overthinking things. Like there's no way it could work better, or like it could.
Right.
Mhm.
You should try,
Yeah.
but
I love like being in the pits, and like I'm with Logan, and it's such a effing mental battle what you guys are going through because everybody's hitting dingers, right? And there's been so many times where you're extremely mentally tough, and I got to see when you weren't, when you were younger, and you built yourself to be tough that way. But there's been so many times where you've come back and I'm like, hey, do you know what you got to do? Yeah, I got to do this, this, and this. And I think I got it. And I've watched you go to your bike, make your adjustments, whether it's gearing, length, tire, suspension, whatever, go up, look at the hill, pick your exact spot. And then I watch you sit on that MFer and do it. And I'm like, God, is that badass? I just think it's so freaking cool when I get to just watch somebody like an expert, like, this is what I did wrong and this is what I'm going to do. And I just think like, God damn it, is that cool? I just freaking love that. Because I don't get that. I'll be like, I gotta go longer, and I go right. I'm like, nope, I should have went shorter. It's like I don't have it. I don't have that detail that you guys have, and it's got to be addicting for you guys, isn't it, PD Logan? Like
it
just nailing
I
it.
think it is. Like, I mean, it's
Mhm.
fun when you come back and you're like, dude, my setup was dialed. Like that was.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
it
nothing
couldn't have been
better.
better. Like,
Yep.
you're like, that was dope. I mean,
Yeah.
fortunately, like Jessica's really good too. She videos most of my runs, and she's like, "Hey, I was watching Jake Ansett, and he railed like this, and boy, I'm not Jake. I can't scrub like
Yeah.
that." But
That's the worst
like,
that's the
yeah,
worst
hey,
feedback.
let's say, watch that other guy. You know what I mean? Like, stop, dude. No,
Yeah.
but she's good at paying attention to what people are doing different and things that are working, things that aren't working. She's watching what I'm doing. She's like, "Hey, you bobbled a little here. Look like you could have went a little whatever left or wider or something. She's having somebody at your pit paying attention to is huge because, like,
Oh,
when I was a kid, I had my dad, and
right.
he was always like, "Hey, you hit that bump. Like, you need to come on. What are you doing? Stand up early, or unload before you get there, or like, stupid things like that." And it's like, just all of a sudden you do it without even thinking about it. And it's
Right.
I mean, that goes back to riding all the time too. You just instantly do things without even being like, okay, wheelie. Like,
Yeah, it's that part's crazy. Building
yeah,
those instincts. Like riding at Carnegie as much as you did, it had to be just unbelievable to build all those instincts. Like, I mean, watching you go over Widowmaker year after year after year, run after run after run on any bike, like that had to have just been like born and bred from doing what you guys did at Carnegie, huh?
I think a lot. Yeah, like I mean, I blew up so many bikes as a kid, just sitting there pounding on hills. My dad would get pretty pissed. Like, I actually would go. There's a store down there. It was actually Tony's shipment store for a while, but
Yeah.
before that, Skip that put on the events owned the store. And
Okay.
like I would blow up a motor, and I would have to go down there and change tires until I could afford to buy a piston, and then rebuild my bike as a kid. Put in a little effort. But learned how to change
That's
tires, and I
awesome.
learned how to build motors. So, like,
That's
let's go.
awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah.
So
And
it
you
was
were gonna make damn sure you had a clean air filter because you didn't want to change all those tires again, right? Like
I'm telling you, man, it was like, my dad, he would change them a lot for me, and, like, as a kid, he was, like on a 60, I think it was every other weekend, we'd put a top end in it. Every month, it would get
Damn.
a crank, and then it was, like, at 80, was, like, it would go about a month, and you'd have to put a piston in it, otherwise it was probably gonna blow up. You're like, "Just keep putting pistons in it, keep going." Like, and as
That's
long as
funny.
you stayed on it, it was, you weren't going a fortune into it, putting cases or anything like that, like, the
Right.
staying on your maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's crazy.
Yeah,
you're
he
you're
taught me a lot
you're
about that.
your
Yeah.
career PD, and I'm like I said, I'm not a historian, but you ran really hard, and you must have been in your early 20s, and then
Yeah.
did you take a little bit of a break, or what was that work, or what all, or what's the timeline on that, PD? I just trying to remember.
I wanna say 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. We actually, we went to it started NKS with Newman and them around 2013-ish, and
Yeah.
we did both the Rockwell and the Naha circuit, and then we did, like, all our Carnegie stuff. I think we did, like, 13 races or something like that year. With
Wow.
Sturgis, went to the Jack Pine
Yeah.
Gypsies.
Nice.
Um, like, that year was sick, and I think I started doing, like, the night races and stuff. I kinda got burned out on all that, and then I was like I think it was, like, we had a super late Great American, and I was like, "I'm done. I'm not racing at 4 in the morning." I'm like,
Right.
3, 2,
I
whatever,
remember those.
midnight, whatever time it was, whoever wants to say whatever.
Right.
But
Yeah.
that one, I think, was the one I was just like, "Alright, I'm done." And then I stirred a bunch of shit on Facebook saying stuff, which got me blackballed from the Rockwell series. So, whatever. But
Yeah.
that was the time I just kinda, like, took a break for a year, year 2, and I started working, and I got into the apprenticeship for some HVAC career, so I started doing that,
Hmm. Yep.
and, I just started racing again, and I was like, I feel like I'm gonna go start doing a couple of hill climbs here and there." I think the first
Yep.
one I did, I was like, "Damn, I did hella good," like, but I think I can win. Next let's go back, dude, I'm gonna win this next one here, watch out. But
I
got the fire lit. I was like, "Alright,
Yeah.
cool. Let's do it
Yeah.
I
again."
wanted to ask you a lot, like, just talk about this topic a lot because, like, you guys ran hard, kind of like what I've been doing for quite a while. And
Yeah.
I mean, all the travel you guys are doing from California to Montana or Widowmaker 3 times a year, and then it's like Sturgis and Columbus and all that. Like,
Yeah.
you had to be part of that break. Were you like ready for it from or being burnt out at all or not?
I think so. I don't know if it was necessarily burnt out or if it was like I was hating the change. I was like, everything's changing and I don't want to do it. And
Yeah,
I was being a
yeah,
fucking grump. You know what I mean? I was like, look, I'm not doing it. So now,
hmm,
I'm like, I kind of enjoy it more. I'm just out racing. I'm riding with my buddies. I'm like,
yeah,
and I think too, I didn't realize what I was doing as a kid, like how good I was actually doing. Like I was just
hmm,
racing because that's all I ever did from
yep,
when I was like 2 or 3. I started racing a 50, and it was just constant. Like I rode every weekend. Raced every race I could race, and I mean, I would do hare scrambles and do anything. It was like little sprint enduros, and yeah, you get me on a dirt bike, I'll ride around a 6-foot circle and have a ball. Like
Mhm.
they're just
Yeah.
anything on the bike. It was like the and we went to it was Great American, or I think you would go to Big Sky, go to Widowmaker, and then Great American every year. And they had
Okay.
like a couple other random ones they would do every once in a while.
Yep.
And like Widowmaker, God, that one, that was the sickest one, dude. That one,
That was cool.
yeah,
I
it was
wish I would
cool.
have got a couple more tries at that one.
That was sick. I got nine runs over it, and
Yeah.
Wow.
7, I think, yeah, 7 runs on my Bandit and 2 on my 500.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
Damn.
5 was on nitrous the whole way too, and we
Mhm.
had called the
Jeez.
guys from Nitrous Express, and we're like, "Hey, how long can we run this thing on nitrous?" And he's like, "Oh, like 10 seconds is okay." I'm like, "How about 44 or 48?" He's like, I'm like, "Oh, I mean, well, it made it.
Yeah.
It was it was
Congratulations.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was, making tea at the top of the hill, but it made it." It
Yep.
was
That
It
was
little
that.
coolant coming out.
having 9 summits for the Widowmaker, I don't know if anybody realizes how fucking gnarly that is because they quit running 700s in there, like, pretty early
Yeah.
on. I never rode a 700 up that hill I went and they even didn't do it for a long time before I started racing. So, you
Yeah.
had 2 attempts per year
Yep.
to get up 9 times or 7 times on just an open bike, like,
Yeah.
that's insane.
And a
That
couple
is
of the
freaking
years
gnarly.
I think I won the open class a couple years by going over it first round, so I didn't run my
Yep,
second run, which I'm kinda
yep.
pissed I didn't because I'm like, "Dude, if I would've maybe went over again, that would've been sick,"
Mhm.
but I'm like, "Oh, don't hurt your motor. It's
Yeah, well, I
$300."
remember you made it you rode I remember one year because you had won it so many times, you were, like, 2nd or 3rd in the class, and everybody was the talk for the weekend was that you weren't gonna be able to win because you had such an early draw.
Yeah.
Fucking first run up and over, no
Yeah,
problem.
dude. Oh, that was okay, I think that was, like God, that was, like, 2012 or 13, and I went
It had to
all
be
the way to the
close.
top, and there was, like, a little hump in the hill, and my skid plate hung up on it. It was, like, right at the lights, like, I coulda tripped the lights with my hand, and I didn't make it through the timers, and I was
Oh,
like
yeah.
I was good, I was in 2nd place, Shannon Chamberlain went over, and I was
Yep.
like, "Alright, gotta do it," and that was actually I was the first rider to go up. So it was,
Mm.
like, perfect grass the whole way. I was like, "This is not that bad, actually." Like, once I was going, I was like, "Oh, dude, this
Yep.
is prime." And I got hung up right up top. So came back
Oh,
2nd round and, went over the top, and I ended up winning it. I was like,
sick.
"Hell yeah, dude."
Let's go.
I remember
Almost
a
2
lot of
runs.
those. It was cool watching you go over, like, everybody, when they heard your name at the Widowmaker, there wasn't a single person that didn't stop exactly what they were doing and watch,
Wow.
even though it was
That's
gonna be
crazy.
45 seconds.
That's crazy,
Wow.
man. And,
Yeah.
like, they're, like, back to what I was saying, like, I never really realized, like, I don't know what I was doing, I was just like, "I'm
Yeah.
out having a ball, man. I just went over that hill, like, that was sick. Nobody else got over."
Mm.
Like,
It's crazy. Yeah, once you get older, how much all of that
yeah.
just gets put into perspective.
Yeah, I sat
Yeah.
back and I'm looking at it now and I'm like, "Man, that was cool." I wish I
Mhm.
would've got to go to France then, That would've
Yeah,
been,
yeah.
like, a real treat. Like, when I was
Yeah.
in
Mhm.
my 20s, it would've probably been a little different story or, like, 18
Right.
to 21, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's still I'm just pumped to get to go there too. That place is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I just so sad, like losing the Widowmaker, losing
Yeah.
Pogue's Hole, and some of these just like crazy iconic hills that are just gone. It's like
Right.
Widowmaker. I mean, that one, God damn it! Like, is there just any way? I mean, there's still not houses built on the new hill, right? The last time we were by, I mean, it
I don't
just
think
could
so. Yeah.
could one
Mm-mm.
of us damn hill climbers win the effing lottery so we could just be walk in there and be like, getting sued is not an issue anymore. Like, it's like you don't have we have lawyers from here to Kentucky, no
You're
problem,
fine.
right? Like it'll be fine. Like if you how much money do you want for us to run this? Because it's like I want this generation of bikes and riders to have Pogue Soul, to have the
Yeah.
Widowmaker, these iconic, unbelievable events. I'm so bummed when there's still this level of passion in the sport. I just hope that someday we can resurrect one or some of these just iconic landmark hills. It would do
Right.
so much
Like
for the sport.
I never got to do Pogues. I'm super pissed about that one. I'm like,
Oh, you
dude,
didn't?
no.
I
So,
swore you had.
dude, I'm so mad I missed that one too. Like the year, I think
Dang.
Newman went like one of the last years they ran it, and I was like, maybe I'll go the next year. Yeah, it didn't happen.
No.
Damn it,
Dang.
dude. Like,
Uh,
yep.
Obviously, Widowmaker PD, that first generation of your racing, that was your highlight. I'm sure that was a Super Bowl. But was there any other hills that really got you jacked up that you went to besides Carnegie and the Widowmaker that you really keyed up for?
Um, Great American. Like that one
Great
was
American.
always like, I mean, probably had a lot to do with me doing really well there, but it was also like when I was a kid going there, like going before they did the side by side down the chute. That
Mhm.
used to go just do the burnout through like the whole crowd, dude, and it was
Mhm.
like it was crazy
Epic.
because you turn down there and like over a 500 or an open bike, you'd hear them and feel the crowd like, like they're going
Mhm.
nuts, dude. And
Wow.
like as you're going through, it's like you could literally like it was like thumping your chest, you know. You go rip a
Damn.
fat burnout right in front of them, dude. And they were like, some people loop out in the burnout pit, like dude, it was sick.
That
Like,
would have been me. I would have done
oh,
that.
dude, I think
Overamped.
I wanna say Robbie looped the Harley
It
out,
was
dude, like the
Robbie did,
2500,
yep.
dude, just
He
grabbed a handful, dude.
hung it
Yep.
up in the fence too.
Yes,
No.
dude.
Oh,
Yep, it
bummer.
spooked
Yep.
McGrath. The Harley scared him a little bit, that was a pretty
Yep.
cool one to watch. Like, I mean, like, got to watch Jeremy McGrath race at the Great American. That was cool. And, like,
Mhm.
they always had really cool trophies and, like, they were just cool do super cool stuff, like, and, like, shooting over the top of the hill too when because you had to
Oh,
race
yeah.
down to the lights and
Yep.
you're like,
That
"Bro, I
was
could
sick.
just
All the rooster tails.
fire hose." Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that was
Yeah,
cool.
it's
How
then
many
all the
watches did you get over the years?
I got a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know, they're in a closet in a box. There's a lot of them in there. Um, God, it's gotta be 12, 15 maybe.
Ooh,
Mhm.
There's quite
okay,
a few of them.
all
Yeah,
right. He might have you, Tom.
I
Oh,
got
yeah,
some
he's got more than I do.
I got some
Okay, all
I
right.
pretty
know that
and
for sure.
so when I started, winning them when they first came around too, and they were giving away those monster 50 millimeter
Yeah.
ones, and, like, I
Wow.
got
Yeah.
the first one they gave away for because I won I think it was the Great American Championship. I got a
Mhm.
gold one with, like, a diamond in it and, like, all this
Holy
stuff.
Was
I
it
was like,
and that
shit.
was like it was like a multi-thousand-dollar watch,
yeah, I
wasn't
think it was,
it?
like, 5 grand. I was like, "What?
Yeah.
Holy
Bro, I can't
shit.
wear this thing."
No,
Wow.
it
Yeah,
was yeah,
it was
they
cool.
were legit.
Yep,
Wow.
it was
That's
pretty
sick.
cool,
Sick.
man. With
Well,
gold
dude,
prices, you never know. It might be worth more now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, unbelievable. And we want to talk more, but I kind of want to can we take a little break? I got to hit the can anyways, but
Yep.
we kind of talked this pre-break career, PD. Kind of want to talk about what it felt like when we come back from break, like for you just to get back where you belong, right? Like let's take a break here. Let's think on that. Hang on, we got to hear from ATG Design. If you want to look fast, you have to go to ATG Design. Hang on, listen up. We'll be right back.
Against the Grain Design and Print is proud to announce its partnership with Find the Line. Against the Grain works with clients to build their business and racing goals through the design and production of premium stickers and decals. We offer one-of-a-kind subscriptions for a flat monthly fee that can save you hundreds of dollars. Custom mailers, white label printing, motocross graphics, and anything else you can think of, we have you covered. It's time to print your passion. Visit atgdesign.co or email sales@atgdesign.co.
Hey there, Find the Line listeners. We will always be looking for partnerships for Find the Line. Please email findthelinepod@gmail.com to see how we can work together to grow your brand. Once again, that's findthelinepod@gmail.com. Now, let's get back to it.
Woo! Oh yeah. Oh man, just got my last version of the new kits for my new bikes, or well, not new bikes, old bikes, new kits from ATG Design. And my bro Kevin has got 3 of the fastest little Groms coming up, and he's gonna do duplicate kits on their little bikes. So pumped. Thank you, ATG Design. So fast on responses. I feel guilty because I don't respond fast enough. They're just boom, 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 right back at you. Kevin is like, this is freaking epic. When I used to do kits for my snowmobiles back in the day, they had to come on the Pony Express with ATG Design. Everything quick. Now, let's go. It's awesome. So can't wait. My bikes are going to be lit. Fender shrouds are now going to be Find the Line. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. But where we left off with our hero here, our idol, Petey, we were talking unbelievable first segment of your career that your best rides could still be ahead of you, PD, but now, we talked kind of that part till you got to that break, and you'd made that comment earlier, like growing up, that's just all you did, like you were just racing everything, going to any race you possibly could, and you probably didn't really have that realization like what you were doing. How long was it in that break when you kind of finally got over it and maybe missed it a little and kind of felt like I need to get back? How long did it take before you kind of were wanting back in?
I'd probably say because I kind of raced hit and miss stuff the whole time, like a little bit at home, just the random local stuff. But
Right.
like before, God, I want to say it was I started actually getting back into Naha. I think, and Adam actually he bought the 1290. That was a big Kickstarter for me too.
Sick.
He hit me up and he's like, "Hey, Kevin Merrick's selling Max Simmons' bike, So I figured like, they were a team forever, so I knew that was gonna be like, they took their time building it and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I was like, it's not a bad bike to buy. He's like, well, if I buy it, you want to ride it? I'm like, oh,
Yes!
all right, yeah. Hell yeah, I'll ride that thing. So like we started just screwing around with it, and first time we go to fire it up, I had no idea what we were doing, so that was a whole nightmare. But a lot of that stuff really got me going. I had bought a new 450 actually. That was, I think, the real thing that lit the fire for me because it was like, oh, this thing's like easy. It was box stock, and I was winning classes on it, so I was like,
sick.
all right, this is fun, and
Right.
I just rode my 5 in the 700 class. I already had that, so
Yep.
I pretty much had everything to go racing.
Right.
And I think I rode my Bandit for that first year, just messing around, trying some stuff. Went to Columbus, went to Washington, won the Cash Climb. Started just having a really good year. I think that year, what was it? I think I got him up. I was like second in X Climb.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Second in Open X, fourth in 700, and fourth in 450.
Nice.
So
Nice. Yeah.
I was cheating because I have the plaque over my head.
That works. That works.
Yeah,
You just mentioned that, but your first part of your career, 450s weren't really a part of it, were they?
No, so it was like right towards the end they started coming in, and I had a 07 Honda 450.
Okay.
And it was just like somebody's old Harescramble bike. It was kind of beat for a while. Like you could like start the thing with your hand almost. It was fun. And then I think a few people started getting some hot rods, and it was like, all right, time to build something. So,
Right.
and that thing was still not really all that competitive. It was an old carburetor bike, and
Yep.
like anything you tried to do was just kind of a headache, really, compared to getting one of the new bikes to run good. So
Yeah.
it was like, let's just kind of steer away from that thing, get us a freshie, and
Right. Well,
but
then,
yeah, before that, there was only like, the 600, 700 class, open rubber tire, and open exhibition. And then they would do like different championship runoffs out of those. But
I know
those
like,
classes were fun.
for me, like I'm so old, growing up, that's what I rode was 500s, and
Yeah.
the one thing that I didn't, like just talking about this that I couldn't get over when I started getting on the 450s, fuel injected and the consistency. Like you
Yeah.
knew what to expect every time where, your 500, some days it just didn't have it, and I didn't have the capabilities to jet right every single time or whatever, and it's like the electrons, I couldn't figure those quite out, but a 450
Yeah.
fuel injected, it's it's
Simple.
almost guaranteed how it's going to respond and act, and that had to be
Yeah.
exciting for someone like you getting on that, right?
Yeah, especially because I had Mark Braden, his dad, Keith Braden, was helping me a lot, and they did a lot of
Nice.
like moto stuff. So they had super badass bikes, and Keith always helped me out. He would always kind of just like tell me when my bike's looking hoopty or when I was doing something wrong, things like that. He would point out, and because like me and my dad, we just did things, it was like
Right.
whatever. It didn't really matter how it looked. It was just I want to go fast and win and
Right.
go hopefully kick everybody in the pants and win
Right.
it, But Keith was always like, oh, you should change this, change that,
Right.
make the things match, do things like that. All right, like
Yeah.
makes sense. And after working with people like that all the time, all of a sudden you just like always do it meticulous. You're like
Yeah.
when you wash your bike, everything gets cleaned out all perfect. But
Yeah.
yeah, stuff like that really started to pushed me in the right direction, I think.
Question. So we touched on a little bit with Mark last week. We had him on, and he had mentioned you several times. It was pretty fun. And Logan was trying to get out of him the story about when he came over to your house the first time, and he was kind of looking at what you guys are doing. And this was in the troll phase, the Krunich racing, right? Where you guys had the trolls on your bike and stuff like that. Was it the Braytons that kind of got you to go away from the trolls on the bike, or when
It was,
who was the big
actually.
influence on that?
I'd probably say it was Mark more than anything. Yeah, Mark is like, he was like, I used to wear like over the boot pants, all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
That was
just
mentioned.
whatever.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
okay,
care,
yep.
dude. Yeah, and he was sick. He was always like, dude, what are you doing? You look like a hillbilly, bro. I'm like, we are. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, no, you gotta look sick, dude. Shit's a match, but get the in the boots gear, and you gotta get the nice stuff. And he's all, parking lot princess over there.
Yeah, you're what you call a sleeper. Like, if you judge the book by cover, I'm taking your money, right? Like, that's what's gonna happen. Like, I think that was what we got from Mark. Was he didn't really know what to expect, but once he got out riding with you guys, it's like, damn, like they got stuff I want to do here. This is awesome, right?
Right. And actually, like, he's the one that actually kind of taught me. Like, I always thought moto was just like, oh, that's stupid. You go around the track, whatever, like, and but after riding around with Mark, like out on the trails, I'd tear him up, and I was like, you guys suck, track riders suck, blah blah blah. So I go jump on the track with him, and we like literally, I jump on behind him, and he takes off, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, take off. And I look up, and he's like through the corner and at the next corner already, and I'm like, what the hell, like, how the hell did he do that? So I'm going, and all of a sudden he comes around me, like blows by me super fast. I don't even think I made it around the track yet, and he's already lapping me. And I've come back, or whatever, another loop, and he comes out, takes out my friend, I think one of them. Like, dude, he took me out in a Hillclimb. He's the one that taught me how to take people out, like, you're a jerk. Dude. So I learned my lesson, So it was cool to like get to hang out with him and learn all the different different ways people do things and stuff like that too, like different disciplines.
Right.
It was it's kind of cool. And then to get a taste of it was like, well, you look back at your bike, you're like, I need to work on my bike, dude. This thing roast, So I started really taking care of my stuff a lot more and really scrubbing things and like my dad was always really good making sure I'd wash my bikes extremely well, and I think that helps a lot with being like more paying attention to things, attention to detail.
Yeah.
As far as like bolts falling out, stupid stuff like that,
Right.
And then that led into wrenching on stuff that you got to do that. You show up to a race and your bike's falling apart. That's just like stress. You're not focused on the race. You're dude.
It's kind of funny how when we work around though, like how you meet all these people, you're bumping around, and then bam, you stick. It's like you and Mark, obviously buds, and then his dad is a genius, obviously, and it's kind of cool how like boom, these people get together, and then what's accomplished when two people thinking alike. Like once you started having Keith on your motor and getting that, you could appreciate it because you've been wrenching, you've been tuning, you've been doing stuff, and how cool is that when you can meet that right person that accelerates both of you, and it's like and having you on Keith's motors, that helps him too, it's like that's everybody wins from it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, it's having him was a huge help. Like him and Adam, obviously my dad too.
Right.
It's been like, Keith, man, like you could eat off that dude's shop like table, it is immaculate, crazy. Like
you can tell
epoxy floors, and
he is crazy meticulous. It's cool.
Crazy. It's sick, dude. He's got his 1 liter of Mountain Dew on the table, and he's just got motors apart going. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, he's cool, and he does like things he doesn't make shit radical to where it's gonna blow up. It's like my motors last all year or more. Like you'll run 2 years on a motor, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he's usually calling me like, hey, probably rebuild that.
Right.
Like, dude, it's Hillclimb. We only got like maybe 2 hours on it, from all year. Like,
right. Yep.
It's not like a motocross race, but
no, we're fortunate with Kirk and our stuff too. Like he's super meticulous, and you're never worried about like running it. Like we couldn't take it to its extent. Like that's what's so awesome when those mechanics and tuners are so good at their job, and put the extra
Right.
effort in to make them perfect, because we've all had the people that didn't, right? And
Yep.
you get your bike back, and now you gotta figure out what they did wrong. It's like, oh my gosh, it's so frustrating,
Yeah.
So
If you got a thought in the back of your head, is it gonna fall apart on me? Like,
yeah, exactly. Like
that's not good.
Yeah.
I just remember like Jay Selstrom with that Yamaha, like it just wouldn't start, right? And like he'd be at the line and trying to start it, and all of a sudden, bam, it would start, and he would just be like, "Oh, thank God!" Just like it's like I've
Yeah.
never had that once in my life with my stuff, and I know Keith's just like Kirk,
Yep.
like his stuff is just perfect, But you'd mentioned
Yep.
too Adam getting that 1290 and having you
Yeah.
as a pilot, and I don't know who's better for who. I don't know if Adam's better for you or if you're better for Adam, because I definitely am on the bottom of the hill, and when you huck one and rip one off, there's no way you're as happy as Adam, because Adam is glowing,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like that
Adam's
dude,
pumped, dude.
he is full. He just loves watching you run that bike, and he gets so pumped up. And I think that you guys are, again, like we talked, such an awesome team, because Adam's got a shitload of experience racing, obviously, and loves it, And you're so good with the details, but with your second part of your career, that's got to be a highlight. Working with Adam and racing with him, that's just got to be something awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, man, I think it's been a fun learning curve for both of us, really. Like, he's got to learn like the way I do things, and I learn the way like he does stuff, and he's been cool about, keeping me doing things the right way, trying not to have stupid outbursts, stuff like that. Just Adam's always been there to be like kind of like an uncle. He's freaking awesome, and he helps everybody, man. He helps like
Dude.
Blake Stoneham, Kevin Newman, Shane Speed, John Wolfson, like anybody, any Case and Shipman. I mean, there's tons of people, and he's pouring gas in everybody's bikes and just like cruising around, drinking beer, hanging out.
Mhm.
I
But
don't think I've
no,
ever
he's the man, dude.
I don't think I've ever interviewed somebody from California that hasn't mentioned Adam helping them, right? I mean, that's just that dude is like he puts his time, money, and energy where his mouth is, and he helps everybody. It's so cool to see.
Yep. Yeah. It's sick. And I mean, like he used to like the bike that Shane Speed rode for a long time. I think he still actually is riding right now, is Adam's old bike. Sold
Cool.
to him for super cheap. We've all got to go ride that thing for. I think that thing probably had more dirt bike or more people ride it than any other bike.
Yeah.
He's had like twin YZ490s and nitro on Harley. It's still in his storage locker, and just like just anything, man. And he just let anybody ride them, or if somebody's got something broken, he's over there trying to help them, give them stuff, whatever. He's tearing parts off our bikes. I'm like, hey, bro, I gotta pick runs, dude. Oh, he needs it. I'm like, yeah, but I'm before him. Like, stop. You don't know. He's
Adam,
the man. He's like, he gets gas, before the race, gets everything ready. Like he'll drag the bikes all over, drives them to freaking wherever. He went to Ohio and took everybody's stuff there, and
right.
like, yeah, he's been the man. He's been around for a long time too, as far as like I've known Adam since I was like a kid. So it's been like just a fun, uncle to hang out with, Uncle Adam.
He's the spirit animal of Hillclimb, right? Like he's
Oh,
everybody's
dude.
spirit animal, right? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody loves hill climbing like more really than Adam. Like
I believe
that
it, yeah.
dude's
Not many.
yep.
He's the real
freaking
article. That's cool.
keeps him going.
Mhm.
Another thing, like getting into the second phase now, 450s are big. The side-by-side racing. Did you do a lot of side-by-side racing, like in your first part of your career compared to now, or what do you think about
Yeah.
all that?
So when it first started, like George Horn, Skip Horn, George was actually the one that came up with Verticross, and Verticross, they did like a whole little poll and try to get a bunch of people to come up with names, and like that one was the one that kind of stuck. Vertical,
It's the best
Supercross,
name.
motocross.
It's the best name
So
for it.
I dig it.
Yeah.
And so that came around, and we did 450s and 700. So we would run both, and you would have dudes on 600s and 500s and all kinds of shit. It was sick.
Yeah.
So I think that was almost more fun because it was like really fast, and you see some wild things run together. It was almost like a run what you brung.
Mhm.
So like
Right.
that was pretty damn fun. And like I mean, the 450s, like the extended, I think is more fun personally for me as far as the side by side goes.
Yeah.
Like the pro stock class, I think by itself is a blast, like because it's really pretty damn hard. But like I
Right.
think the side by side is kind of boring
Yeah.
just for the slow part. But
I'm with you.
I don't know. I like it all. It's fun.
Yep. No.
But big irons or nothing.
Yeah. We're all just waiting around to ride them open bikes, right, Petey?
I'm so excited for this little team that Matt's doing right now, dude. I can't wait. It's
Woo!
like that's the coolest freaking thing. I
I was
think
going to ask your thoughts about that too, but I guess that's pretty clear.
pump, dude. Like I don't think we could have done it better. Like especially because I think it'll let people that don't have an open bike race, and it'll let. I really was trying to push like to do a length restriction on that. I thought they should make everybody run 68 inches, 70 inches, somewhere around there, to where you really kind of hinder how fast an open bike can go. Because they got a ton of power, they're going to be kind of limited. So to give a 450 a chance, because they'll run really good at 68, 70 inches. So, but I kind of got some of the reasons why they didn't want to do it. So the open class, though, I think will still be pretty fun, especially if we make the hill kind of technical. It'll be harder for them to turn and stuff like that, and give the 450s a little chance, but could bring amateurs in and stuff like that, where I think that class will grow and it'll bring the purse up. So there's a lot of good pluses to it.
I love that it's very simple, right? Because I think that the tire is the equalizer, right? Like a knobby tire will equalize everything. And man, we saw it in the American Hillclimb East when I got to mechanic for Logan. 550's fast, boy. I mean, damn. I mean, that is going to be fun to watch. What knife is the sharpest in the drawer on each given day, right? Because
And
I mean, that's what's going to be kind of fun. And then the more opportunity for more open bikes for the crowd, everybody wins.
And just it adds to the purse too. You have more bikes, more people signing up. You have more opportunity for people to get a taste of the open class also for guys that don't really have one or can't get one. Or if you break an open bike, grab your 700 bike or your 450 and go bark the class. Now you have options, which is sick.
And we have so many different disciplines, but like in Rockwell with the championship runoff, we see that's the championship runoff, no medal. I mean, you can run paddles, but sometimes an open, we've seen 450s win. I mean, I think Eddie Taylor went on a 450 at the 100th running, didn't he, in the championship runoff? And it's like, each hill is going to have its own best item. And once again, like we were talking before, the people with a lot of experience and know their equipment and know their setups advantage, right? Because now you got to figure out what works best with a tire. Might be your open bike, might be your 700, might be your 450, but you got options. And then two, now you can give a bike. If you have a bud that's fast and you want to give a bike, that's cool. You got an option to give your buddy a bike. I think that's cool. So I'm pretty excited about it. All right, enough of this, Petey. We're talking Motoclimb. We're talking a badass series here. Why in the hell are you denying the Jelniks and the Brick Mine? What the hell is it going to take to get the 220 at one of the best hills in the country? What do we got? What is it going to take, Petey?
I think that one's on one of the highlights for me right now because I mean, same with like Post Hole. I never got to go to that one, and I don't want to miss out on another one. So
you cannot
get to that one. It's really a good hill for me. I think I'll do really good there. I mean, and you get a whole bunch of different stuff. Like they throw a crazy wrench in the freaking curve every time. Like, so it's definitely one I want to go to. Like, I know Arnie Jelnick from back in the day of racing like the BMC and stuff. And it'd be cool to go see him again and see his kids race now and go
Petey,
race their Hillclimb.
I'm extending this olive branch right now. Okay, like. If it doesn't work out for you to get here, can we just fly you out and can you just ride my stuff? Because we know you're going to be in Carnegie, right? I'll ride the secondary bikes. I'll put you on the marquee stuff just so we can get you on something. I just feel like we haven't lived until we see the 220 ripping at the Brick Mine. We got to figure out something.
I'm going to try. I'm actually I don't know what the American Hillclimb schedule is. I haven't heard anything on that. So I'm thinking like maybe I'll end up going and doing the Brick Mine or, I'll just maybe do the whole Motoclimb series or something. But like whatever. I don't know. It seems like they're pretty much their whole schedule's out. Like, and Like I'm kind of picking days off already. So I mean, really, you got to pick and choose what you can do. And I got guys from France calling me, trying to get me to go back there again. I had the Brazilian guys hit me up. They want me to go there.
Nice.
So it's
Hell yeah.
I got a lot to figure out, you know. And
Hell yeah.
like I got just a ton of little stuff too to do at home, take care of things, you know, and finish up just stuff around the house, remodel stuff, and get the 1290 dialed in and ready to go rip. So we'll see. I don't know what all I'm going to do this year, but I'd really like to go to Breakmine. I think that's that one. I mean, obviously I like doing Washington. That one's freaking awesome. Just the ramps and all the sick flow they got. So
Yeah,
Well,
that one's
we're gonna
always
see.
hard to miss.
Right. Like I haven't heard anything about the potato race, you know, or what other races we're doing this year. I know Matt's got quite a few going though, so I'm super pumped on that. Like we have a pretty good little California series.
You guys haven't,
And,
it's like really up and it's been awesome
Yeah.
to see it grow like it
It's
is.
super cool. And being part of the District 36 banquet, it's been awesome too because or their whole series, because now like when we do go to the banquets, you have cross country, you have all that stuff. I'm sure you guys kind of do the same stuff where it's now you're bringing random people in and involving them. I had so many people ask me like, well, where do you guys even do this? I'm like, bro, you live in California, you don't know. We race at Carnegie, you know, like you race dirt bikes and don't know.
Right. Wow.
So it's crazy how like, you know, uninformed really everybody is too. And it's not even really like our promoters' faults, but it's just not being involved with the motorcycle community and other communities that are like motorheads, you know, like cars and everything. Because like when we went to the Good Guys car show with Matt, he set up a booth for us and we took 1290. Me and Wolfson went hung out there all day, and we just passed out like little discount flyers and stuff like that. And God, we had probably like 40, 50 older, like, you know, hot rod dudes that were like, we didn't even know you guys did all this still. They knew about it, but they didn't know we were still doing it because they don't have like Facebook and Instagram. So it was like, it's kind of cool to get involved with those kind of different communities and things like that. And I want to try and do more of it too. Like, I hope all the other series can do that too, as far as like, you know, Idaho and stuff too. Like the last few years when like when Ron Dillon did it, it was insane. There was so many people there, and they were doing like 3 concerts and freaking mud pit racing, and like you know, now you just like it's a field, like, so it's kind of a bummer, but like hopefully everybody starts advertising again like that and whatever it takes, you know. I'm gonna try and do my part too, as far as like going around and advertising and going to all the motorcycle shops too and get it going. But
That's huge. That's how it works.
Yeah.
But there's just so many
Breakmine's on the
pulls.
roster.
All right, good. All right. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. And you're gonna want to watch out, because I mean, if you go to Fordville, you're probably gonna be looking for a place to buy. I don't know if you'll even be able to leave. I mean, that's probably gonna end up being your Graceland, North Dakota. You're probably just gonna
Like I
move
think I'm just gonna stay, you know.
there. Well, the problem is, you go to North Dakota, you're not gonna be big mustache guy. You're just gonna be mustache guy, because they all have mustaches.
Just
like
fit
you,
right
okay?
in, you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
you're just gonna be you're gonna be like a local. They're gonna be like, what town in North Dakota are you from? Like, you know, that's
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
How have
up
we
there,
not
right?
met you yet?
Yeah.
Like, huh? You know? I didn't even sound like half of them, you know. That's just
Fit right in.
Yep. I'm good, dude.
Really cool seeing you guys at District 36 banquet, having the bike there, and just it's cool seeing the kids and all the. I mean, that's just, you're growing the sport by leaps and bounds by Matt getting that going and everybody else that's been in play to have that. And when the kids are involved, that's how you get, you know, dedicated adults, is like having those kids involved has been really cool. So hats off to you guys. I know that's a ton of work.
It has been cool, man. My dad's been doing it for years, as far as like helping the kids on the hill. He's always over there. He's always catching bikes and stuff like that. And like I'm gonna start trying to do more of that. You know, I was more just focused on my racing forever, but like I'm kind of not necessarily towards the end of it, but I'm more into like, I mean, I kind of want to just help Matt put stuff on, you know, kind of maybe push the sport as far as I can, learn about it, you know, and get involved with other sports too, maybe get them involved with us, and who knows what could happen. Like the enduro climb thing that Matt does is sick. Like we did it the last one, and there's things we can fix, you know, and things we can make better. I got knocked out both runs first round, but dude, I had a ball doing it, you know, and it was it was a blast to do, and then to go and race the people is to watch people struggle through it, you know, and then like little things like that I think are huge for growing the sport, because you get other people to want to do it.
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
looked like a lot of fun. I was bummed
It was
to
sick.
not be there.
Yeah, it was pretty damn cool, and I keep pushing. I'm trying to get him to do it more. I'm like, throw more rocks in there, throw some split wood. Nobody
All
wants
of
to, but
it.
let's do it. Yeah, we had a pretty good log section in the beginning. I want to say it was 5 telephone poles, and you had to do kind of like a
Yep.
matrix. And then it was a little skinny, so we ended up having to spread them out and do some other stuff because they were worried about people plowing each other. But I was like, that's part of it. Let's do it. Let's go.
Oh
So
man.
yeah, I'm a bad influence. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, oh god dang it. I just everything that Carnegie has and just like the spirit of that area, it's so fun to come there and be a part of it and just watching how much effort you guys put in. Paul's always there, Wolfson at the gate helping out, and your dad, all the families. It's been such a big part of that place being such a success story, and I really hope that the government officials and stuff would really pay attention to like how many families are just like positively affected by that. It's just like I think
Yeah.
that's goes unmentioned of the impact that those areas have for the community and for generations of fun and entertainment and keeping families together. It's just like it's just it sucks that we have to fight so hard to keep that shit around. It just drives me
Yeah.
nuts.
We've been fairly fortunate lately. Like they've kind of left us alone, and like we haven't had too many run-ins as far as like people trying to close things.
Right.
They've been helping quite a bit too. We have a pretty good crew in the state. We're trying to get them to just do more as far as like it'd be cool if they'd help out while like weed whacking and stuff like that. Cause like you guys are getting paid to be here. Can you come help us out on the hill? And like
Right.
we talked to them a little bit last time. They were kind of mentioning maybe they can help push dirt off the top of the hill, stuff like that. Bring it from because we have sediment ponds at the bottom of the canyons,
Oh,
and they catch most of the dirt that comes out of the canyons.
nice.
So they'll take that and then they go put it on top of hills. So I'm like,
Oh,
put it
perfect.
on top of the Hillclimb hill,
Right.
That'd
and
be
then
Cool.
you know,
I got a couple rocks I
yeah,
can cover.
I think I know where you could put that. So
That
and
would
they
be
have the big
incredible for that hill.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they did it a long time ago with George. He actually had them push. They dropped a bunch of mounds up there. He took a little tractor, pushed it all out and stuff, and tried to make a little ledge and things.
Mhm.
But I think if we got out there, we could do some stuff with it, and if the state would be willing to help us, it would kind of save Matt from having to put too much effort into it. And I mean, get more people to help too. Like me and Mark keep talking about it, just helping push stuff on and whatever, see what we can do. Try and just get it to where it's flowing a little better and,
Right.
try to make the riders more money and make the crowds bigger, it's
For sure.
keep
Yeah.
growing.
Yeah, no, for sure. Coming back then to your career, PD, and like getting back in with Adam, racing the 1290, and then racing Motoclimb Super Series, racing American Hill Climb, going all the way out to Ohio, all the things that you've done. Like on this second part of your career, what's been the most fun for you, like as far as the racing aspect? What have you enjoyed the most?
God, I want to say just talking to all the people, and like literally meeting just super cool people. Like everywhere I go, like went to Ohio and everybody I talked to was super cool, and it was fun to meet the whole crew that put on the event. Can't thank them enough. They were like freaking just red carpet for us. They did everything they could to help us out. They let
Mhm.
us do burnouts. You're not even allowed to do that stuff. It was pretty cool.
Right.
And thank God I did because like my bike wouldn't run and stuff, and I struggled to get it running right. So hats off to them. They
That's
really
cool.
that was probably one of the highlights going to that event, was just and I mean, I've got to do a lot of cool stuff. Going there, going to France, going Great Americans and stuff, it's all been really, like, highlights, but, like, the way they treated us there was super cool, and, just being a part of that whole experience was
Right.
freaking rad. Seeing people
Yeah.
go racing down the hill too, you know?
Oh, that was
Mhm.
wild.
Chasing their beer jugs.
Yeah. You
But
you you mentioned France. I mean, that had to been a bucket list for your entire life to go
yep,
over there, right? And
yep.
when USA Motoclimb asked you to go, like, what a unbelievable honor to be there and represent your country and all that you got to do. But then when you went back the second time with Adam,
Yep.
was it that much sweeter?
Yeah, it was awesome. So the first time I went, I actually got, I screwed up in as far as eating goes, and I didn't eat anything, and I got super sick, on the way there. Got sick for the whole beginning of it, and I'd, like, pretty much threw up the whole first couple days, threw up all the way to the race pretty much. And then didn't ride very good. Just kind of struggled even just to, do anything. But I was just happy to be there, so it didn't really matter. I was just like blown away. The second time though, going back without him was like, and my mom, she got to go too, so that was
Oh,
cool.
sick. Cool. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and they helped bring her along and stuff too. So it was being there with him and having him help out a little bit. I think it was like kind of a little more like being at home. And then I think like Johan's bike was awesome, but I think the chassis was super big, and like I'm a small dude, so it didn't really fit me very well. And when I got on Vincent's bike, I noticed the chassis is a lot smaller, and like that's actually his new bike he just built. So it was like the first race it's ever been on. It's been up a little hill over by his house, and that's it. And I'm like, all right, well here we go. And
cool.
yeah, I mean that was noticeably better for me as far as like the fit and feel of the bike, so that helped out a lot. And then I had been eating and like just like putting on weight, anything I could before the hill climb, so I was kind of prepared a little better. Brought a ton of food with me and just ate anything I could. And because like the food, the way they eat over there is a lot different too. They kind of just grab little charcuterie boards or whatever the hell they are,
Mhm.
and it's like just kind of picking through stuff instead of like where, I mean, we're fat Americans. We like just grubbing fat steak and burger or whatever.
Yeah,
So
it's
it was a
different.
little learning curve.
I think my favorite one was when they said, "Oh, come up, we'll have lunch on like the day before the race or whatever." And we tested that morning, and then Todd and I were like, "Oh, we might as well go have lunch up there, or whatever." And
Oh yeah,
lunch was beer, and
yeah,
there was like a bag of peanuts that nobody was
er,
eating. They were just sitting
yeah.
there. They were just all drinking beer. That was lunch that day. It was just
I'm
drinking
like,
beer.
dude, I can't do that.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
don't.
no,
I
I was like,
really, yeah. I don't even
it's
really drink.
right.
Yeah. I think my last beer was the last Carnegie Hill climb. So I mean, a, lot,
Oh,
a couple beers, I'm wasted.
right.
Yeah, I'm a cheap
But
date. You know.
isn't it cool that you can go to a whole new continent, right? And meet people that have the same ideals, the same goals, the same, thrills as we do. Isn't that just freaking
Yeah,
epic?
it was insane because like, I mean, one, you realize how like kind of uneducated we really are as far as like how similar everybody really is. Like
Mm.
Mhm.
getting over there and hanging out with them, they're all just like hanging out with your normal buddies. They can't really 100% speak the same language. There's a few little words that we don't, or they don't understand, or I don't understand, or whatever. But like it was cool to go over there and just give them their bonjour or whatever,
Yeah.
just a couple little French words here and there, and they really appreciated you trying. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just for them to hand it over their bikes to us too and let us ride their bikes is like, I mean, eh, yeah, they only have that, and
Right.
it's definitely a different way of life. I think it's like, everything for them is a lot more expensive. It's hard to get things, and
Right.
yeah, so
Yeah.
super grateful for that trip in itself. And it was like, what a cool experience to go there. Like,
Yeah.
we're pretty dumb Americans.
Yeah.
Ex-
Yep.
Learned a lot,
Yeah.
you know,
No,
but
it really affected me, and it's just like, man, so grateful to USA Motoclimb
yeah,
and Matt and all the people in France that have. It was Matt and Austin that started that all back up, and obviously there's
right.
been generations of people that did it, and I just think like it just did something for me, just like my restores my like faith in humanity, right? Like
Yeah.
going
It
over
was
there,
cool too. Like,
it's amazing. It just like how
yeah.
good people are, like you just
And
forget.
everywhere. It's just like with the hill climbing stuff, meeting all the cool people and talking to everybody. It's like you're nationwide, a lot of the year, and you go somewhere and you meet all these people that are doing the same thing. They love it. They're fired up about it, and they're
Yeah,
all kind of doing some of the same things, and it's like,
right.
damn, dude, we're 300 miles away from each other. What the hell? Like, yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty
or on the
cool.
other side of the world, but
Yeah.
it's
I, I wasn't there to
cool.
experience it, but I feel like the Brazilians are another level up from the French.
Yeah.
That just looked epic this year when those guys were in Carnegie. That looked amazing.
They're cool, dude, and, they had, like, a factory Cali rider there, I can't remember his name, it was, like, Paolo or something like that, I'm
Dude, ripped.
probably murdering it, But got to race him, dude. He was super cool. Everybody giving knuckles at the top of the hill too. You know what I mean? Like then they're from. I think the one dude said it took him 29 hours to get to California. Like he had all these crazy layovers and all this stuff, and I'm like, you took literally like somebody's work week almost to get here. Like God, that's miserable.
Right.
But and they were grateful to do it. Super pumped. But like. Yeah, for them to build a bike is outrageously expensive. So it's kind of cool to see them even trying, and they are fired up. Like,
Yeah,
they
it
started
seems like
posting
it.
some videos, and it was like, I mean, thousands of Brazilians are like liking and sharing it, and like this was crazy, dude. Like,
Yeah.
super cool.
Thanks for being such a awesome, spokesman for the sport. Obviously, a marquee rider, but I feel like you really present the aura that we want for racing and hill climb. Like when we were in France, Petey, like I know that you weren't yourself and you didn't feel it. You never showed it. You were always grateful, always smiling, just being like a man's man around them. I just think like maybe 20-year-old Petey might not have had that steed in him, but now adult Petey, like it was epic to see that, and it makes me want to be better like that because we all want to be at our best, whatever that is. But it was really I felt for you. I thought you had it there. Logan Mead was riding great. Obviously Thomas destroyed it, but it was it was just I thought it was really spoke a lot of volumes about you and what you've been through to be in that spot and just not be able to be yourself and still be such a awesome spokesman and steward of the sport. So it's pretty cool. But man,
Oh yeah, thank you.
yeah, it's just I love that shit, and that's how we build. Nobody wants to come hang out with a jerk, It's like we all want everybody at their best, and that's what's so great about hill climbing is let's just throw it at the wall. Whoever's got the lowest time wins, right?
Yeah, dude, it's like I don't know. I just like I've always been super grateful to even be able to do it. It probably comes from a lot of not having a ton as a kid,
Yeah.
and just working hard for what we got, and
Right.
just like it was always fun to kind of. I think that was always like a little driving factor to be able to be the underdog a little bit, and be able to come in swinging and do pretty good. And like, yeah, I have like a pretty decent little setup now. I got a decent sized trailer and all that cool stuff. But it's like, to be honest, like, kind of miss those old days. Just coming out and just having my hillbilly bikes and just, not worrying
Way
about what
easier.
everybody was thinking. Yeah, dude, it was fun. But not, I mean, it's being up front and like signing all the kids stuff and handing out stickers and anything, like all that stuff's a blast. Like,
Yeah.
I've been riding with a bunch of the little kids around here lately. And like Rhett Burkett, one of our buddies, Ryan Burkett was actually at Ohio with us, and he helped us out. His kid, he's been ripping around, so going mobbing around with him. And it was kind of just fun to have him behind you because you were like mobbing, it's like blip over something, you look back, he's right behind you. Like, it's like a little RC car, and now all of a sudden you're like looking for something to hit. Dude,
That's
yeah, it's
cool.
a blast. So like
That's
riding
cool.
with the kids, like it's been a kind of a fun little thing for me, and like trying to teach people, get more people all fired up. Got some coworkers that go and riding and stuff too, so pretty
Awesome.
sick. Trying to get them to race.
Well, cool. We'll catch up with this and what's caught in our chain here in a few minutes, but is there any hopes that you have for what you want to do? I mean, we're going to talk about schedules here in a minute, but are you hoping that something works out? Are you going to try to do anything for points or what do you, I mean, obviously the schedules aren't out, so you can't commit to anything, but what are
For
you
sure.
hoping to do
Yep.
this summer?
I think like I really wanted to do the American Hillclimb West one, obviously because it's going to Washington, and I do super good there. It's like I may not win it, but I mean I can end up on the podium or something close, and
Right. Hell yeah.
like that place does really good for me, and I think I can do good all year to get there, no problem, But so that was kind of one that I was really kind of looking at. I think it was on just my goal list, but I'm gonna do all of Matt's stuff because I was trying to support all the local stuff big time as much as I can, as far as like even helping put stuff on, show up for any kind of volunteering stuff. So I mean that's gonna be as much of that as I can do, and then I'd really like to maybe try and get out to the brick mine.
Sick.
Especially, I mean, if I could do it this year, it'd be freaking sweet. But like I think I want to stay. I kind of want to go out of country, but obviously, I think I'm going to stay in country this year.
Okay.
they want me to go to France. I've had a few people hit me up. I haven't talked to Matt. I need to bug him about it a little bit and see what he thinks. And yeah, so I mean, mainly just staying in the U.S. and trying to do pretty much anything I can. Loosely speaking, though, I think I really want to try and get out to Brick Mine this year.
Cool. That'd be epic. And
Yeah,
that
big goal.
that would complete your series. I mean, if it's just, it might just be Carnegie and the Brick Mine for Motoclimb
Yeah.
Super Series year, which is a bummer. But maybe they'll get lucky and pick something up. But it'd be sick to see that, to see out. God dang it, I think you'll have so much fun at the Brick Mine, Pete. I sure hope you can make it.
Oh, dude, I want to go there so bad. I've been really wanting to go to that one for a long time, and it's been just been kind of freaking screwed up with all the other shit going on, you know. And I'm kind of a little bit mad at myself for not going, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I got to think, like, growing up, like, you never worried about the Widowmaker because the Widowmaker is never going to end, right? But here it ends.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you got now knowing that, it's like, I don't think the Brick Mine will ever end, but god dang it, like, don't chance it, right?
You know,
like
tomorrow's not a guarantee, man.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so it's like you got to go. Like, and the other thing too
Yeah.
is, you know, the Jelnicks and the Eagle Ridge Motorcycle Club, and it's more than just the Jelnicks. We always say them because there's a lot of them, and they're out front. But the Eagle Ridge, it's a lot of people besides the Jelnicks, but they're a big part of it. But look at what they do. It's so important for them, and they love it when people like yourself, ultra talented racers, come to their event and support them. That, I know, that means the world to them. They love that stuff. That's why they're doing it. They want the absolute most talented people there. And that's, it means something. Like, when people like you go to those events, it makes it that much better of an event. And I think, like, racers kind of forget that. Like, it is a big deal when you're not there. Like, it's important for the fast people to go to these big events, you know? So it'd be cool. But we're running along here. Luke, can you hit it? We got to do it.
Rolling smooth and bam, it hits. Something in your sprocket throwing fits. A pebble, a problem, some petty pain. Time to sound off what's caught in your chain.
Oh yeah, you know, it's what's bothering us. What's, you know, you got that banner stuck in the sprocket. It's slowing you down. We've been watching it on Supercross. Maybe hit that tough block. So it's caught in your chain, right? You know, we were at the break and we were all chatting. Of course, we had our best show ever pre-show, and at the break, best show we've ever had in our entire lives. We weren't recording, but we all kind of agreed. It's all caught in our chain. It's all bothering us, and we understand there's things, but no schedules. We need schedules. We're all planners, right? Like, we want to make our plans for the summer. We have work to take off, hotels to figure out, who's going what, who's going where. Like, some of us team up to some events and go solo to others. We all have wives, kids, families, events. Like, dang it. Like, we got Washington scheduled, we got Brick Mine scheduled, and Carnegie, and we need all of them. Like, please, please, everybody, get your schedules out. I know it's hard, but it is important to get them suckers out, right, man?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
beyond important.
That one's dragging it down.
No, and what I've heard so far, if it's true, it ain't looking good. I've heard that there's six professional hill climbs just in June.
No, are you serious?
Holy crap!
If the schedules,
that doesn't sound good.
If some events stay the same and then other events are what I heard they were, yeah. So that's
so just ask for June off.
Yeah.
Hey, boss.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, what sucks is I need to tell my boss, like, hey, boss, we need to take off June.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I'll be here Memorial Day, and I'll check back later. Bummer. Dang it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That should be fun.
There's a lot going on. Like, we want to know, obviously, one race that, and we talked about it, man. Tyler, if you're listening, from Columbus, we'd love to have you on and hear what's going on there, because that race has went through so many different. It's been Motoclimb, it's been Naha, it's been American Hillclimb. Be fun to see what's it going to be this year. Just that would be nice to know if it's Rockwell, if it's nothing, if it's a standalone. Like, there's just so many variables out there right now. We got to figure it out. And we need the schedules out. So please, men, women, people, important people, we need you. I know it's tough. If there's something that we can do to help, let us know. but we need those dang schedules out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And then one other thing before we go here, we're gonna try to get them next week, right, Logan?
Mm-hmm.
But a little heads up, something super fun in North Dakota. I don't have the date in front of me, but there is a snow hill climb coming up. We're gonna have the promoter on next week. Did he commit, Logan?
Yeah, he said he's in.
Sick, but this is awesome. These guys, these are hill climbers, PD, that own a ski slope. Okay,
That's
they own
sick.
they own a ski slope in North Dakota, and Dexter had the I mean, that run looks sick on that 450. Didn't
Yeah,
you?
It did.
I mean, that was I like, damn it. They messaged me and I'm like, shit, I can't make it, but that looks so freaking fun. And we're gonna have Dexter on get the details. But if you're in the area, if you're not in the area, if you have a 450 and you want to race, go buy some Canadian screws and an MX-14 and get ready to have a whole shitload of fun, because that looks like a damn good time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
So we're going to talk next week about this snow hill climb coming up in North Dakota. But for now, PD, dude, we talked about it all night. A hero of mine. I'm so lucky to call you friend. And just you keep being you. I love you. I love everything that you've been around in the sport. You're so damn fun to watch ride. When I see you ride, it's like nothing else. You have your own style, and I love that. And I just don't know if I can live till I see you at the brick mine. So I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to keep bothering you all summer. Make sure you got that brick mine on your schedule. All right, bud?
I'll be expecting text. You know?
All right. I like it. All right. Cool. Well, hey, Petey, thanks, buddy. Keep being you. And boys, let's get out of here.
Hell yeah. Thanks for having me, man.
Mama told me one day I'ma grow up big and I'ma be a king, and my papa told me it's okay to sit when shit hurts. Don't forget your dreams, cause they'll get you through this so-called life.